Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Today we got a special official Stadia update, and I say special because we typically don't get news on Friday, but today they gave us essentially a mini roadmap for the rest of this year in 2021, and I have some details and thoughts to share with you on that. On top of that, we have official news of 9 games coming to Stadia, and we'll go ahead and touch on those. With that, subscribe to the channel for up-to-date Stadia news. Simply hit that red button, guys, and join the fastest growing and best community for Stadia on YouTube. We are the bomb here, guys. Go ahead, subscribe, and check out our Discord. So the official Stadia post today from the community blog let us know that they are giving us just a sampling of more than the 100 games that will be added to the Stadia store for our players in 2021 to share, experience, and play with friends. That was the official line. And before I go over the games, I wanted to quickly touch on this part of the news. Now, this is great and something that we saw last year when in January they let us know that 120 games were coming for 2020, and they met those goals and even shattered them with getting us 135 titles. Now, fast forwarding to the end of 2021, Jack Buser had told us that they were tracking at least 400 games in 2021 and 2022, and that this 2021 was all but done in regards to games coming to the Stadia platform, and that they were more focused on 2022 and even 2023. Now, obviously, after the recent negative Stadia news, it's great to see that we are now getting over 100 games coming to Stadia this year. And if I'm being frank with you guys, I think we're going to see well over 100, as I'm guessing that is just the safe number, though I will be somewhat surprised if we only end up getting around the same number as 2020, which was about 135 games, but either way, we're going to see. Now, for the record, this is excellent news, and it's something that the community has needed to see and hear. I, for one, am all with this positive news. With that, not to temper anyone's expectations or be a little bit of a downer, I do want to reiterate my stance. We already knew 2021 was done and was set to go, according to Jack Buser. I want to hear what are the future plans beyond this year in 2022 and 2023. Is Stadia still committed to getting big games, big publishers on board for us Stadia gamers? With that, let's take a second though and appreciate that at least here we have somewhat of a mini roadmap to focus on and get really excited about, and I hope that we start to continue to get more announcements of big games. So far we know Far Cry 6, Riders Republic, Outriders is coming in the near future, but what else can we expect in terms of big AAA games coming this year? I do hope that we get to hear something soon on some of the most requested titles the community has been asking for, and I know you guys have been asking for a lot, so I do hope that pretty soon we get to hear about more announcements. But like always, guys, I'll keep you guys updated and informed. With all that, we're going to go ahead and take a look at some of the games that are coming with official dates and the announcements. A lot of these I've already covered for you guys in the past with videos, with game ratings, but we're going to go ahead and take a look either way. And of course, the biggest one here has to be FIFA 21. This one is set to come March 17th, and if any indications of the past 2 EA games are anything we should go by, hopefully this will have a solid port next month when it comes. Judgment from Sega is another one here. This one's coming April 23rd. This is a remastered edition of sorts, and it is releasing only with next-gen systems. I'm really expecting some big things out of this game, especially since it's coming out only as a next-gen title, and this is easily one of my most anticipated for the first half of the year. The next title on this list is a completely new one that we haven't seen or heard of in Hellpoint. It's an action RPG Dark Souls-like game, and it came out last year. Just some decent positive user reviews, and it definitely looks pretty interesting. The game comes in at about only around $34.99 on other platforms, so it's not going to be one that hits your wallet too hard if you're looking for another Souls-like game, and this one has a coming soon tag on it. The other 2 games here that I recently covered here are Shantae's Risky Revenge Director's Cut and Shantae Half Genie Hero Ultimate Edition, both platforming titles and have been both well liked, and both of these games are coming February 23rd. We have another football game here in Street Power Football, and this one is set to come soon as well. It has a more arcadey approach to the game. It builds itself as a freestyle football where you can do trick shots in a 3v3 format. Pivoting here to the next game, Kaze and the Wild Mass. This is another platforming title, only this one's inspired by 90s classics. This game's actually completely brand new. It isn't out anywhere yet, and looking at some of the boss fights in this one, it looks pretty fun. The gameplay does look like it has some varied mechanics in it, because when you put on these different masks, it has different types of mechanics that are happening, so there's a little bit more flavor to this game. If I had to look forward to one platformer, this one would probably it this year. But But all right, we're going to move on to our last two titles here, and both look to be multiplayer focused. We have one that I haven't covered in. It's called It Came From Space and Ate Our Brains. That is literally the name of the game. It's an arcade top-down shooter. It looks pretty chaotic, and it feels like the enjoyment of this game really comes in the form of its local player co-op that can have up to 4 players. This game is also set to come March 2nd. And the last game we have here is Killer Black Queen. It's a very unique multiplayer that has you fighting for your hive with 3 different ways to win with up to 8 players, local or online. The game does have an online multiplayer, but the cool thing about it is what I'm seeing is it's cross-platform, so it's going to feature Xbox, Nintendo Switch, and PC players. So I'm expecting the same thing here to drop on Stadia, and I hope that maybe the game comes with some form of crowd play or something along those lines. I think that would be a lot of fun to stream this one, but either way, this one also has a come to soon tag. The last thing that I do want to report to you guys randomly, and this is separate from the blog post, is that Dirt 5 again has responded to our friends over at the Stadia Racing Community Discord, and Dirt 5 is set to come early 2021. Again, it wasn't on this post, so I expect this title either this month or next, and I think it would be cool to see this one come as a pro game, but of course that's me just kind of wishing. Also, we are still waiting on Ark Survival Reloaded, and that one is also set to come early 2021. So I'm expecting some good pro games and some good games in general here in the coming weeks and months ahead. So the near future is definitely looking pretty bright. With that, let me know your thoughts today on Stadia News. Are you guys happy seeing this roadmap for 2021? What are you guys hoping for the rest of the future? And what big AAA titles are you guys hoping they announce and come to Stadia? And last, let me know your thoughts on the games that have been reported to come from today's list. I'd love to hear what you guys are most excited for. Like always, subscribe, like, hit that notification bell, and as always, I'm Sunny, and I'll see you guys in the cloud.